All right, Eddie Hochschlag here, and thank you so much for joining us for our health shop tonight. Tonight we're going to be going over exercise and hydration. I'm going to go up first, and then Dr. Mark's going to go up second. Chip's going to go last. So I'm going to firstly talk about exercise, but talk about it in a sense how it pertains to the actual emotions and the mental aspects of things. So exercise itself kind of almost looks like it even has its own bad image. And we kind of find ourselves we're looking at image, we're looking at exercise, and we're saying like, oh, how many times we have to do this a day, or what kind of exercises do we really need to do? But really the actual image within itself of what emotions do we have towards that word of exercise just right in there and then. So what I want to get to is really what exercise works best for you, and however, what kind of exercise that you can do over a period of time that best benefits you in your own personal development. And the big thing that I always look back to is the habit within itself. So yeah, we might look at this word and it kind of looks kind of irritating right now, but if we look at it over and over and over again, and we see ourselves actually liking the word exercise or working out, so it's going to like maybe once a day, or then it's going twice a day, or however you want to look at it, the habit within itself, just by the thought of it, as well as doing it, is certainly going to help out actually doing the exercise over and over and over again, so it can become a second nature to us. So it's just like riding a bike. We might even have, riding a bike right here, but we don't know how to ride a bike to begin with. If we continuously do the exercise or ride the bike, it becomes a habit. So really riding the bike wouldn't be as extreme as it is just like exercise. So if we exercise, make that habit out of it, then we can find ourselves doing the exercise or working out much, much easier. So the exercise that I'm going to give to you tonight is going to be a 3-step process, and it's very, very nice to actually calming down the mind. It's more of a mental exercise. So if we just find ourselves a very, very relaxed position. It can be in a chair, it could be laying down, recliner, whatever gets you very, very relaxed. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to take some nice deep breaths. The breaths going all the way through the stomach and all the way out. Just get yourself very nicely relaxed. And the great thing about this, and it's so easy because we do it on a day-to-day basis, but our minds kind of get us kind of wandering or get us kind of thinking way too much, is really just to be aware and present in the moment that you're in right now, or the present moment that you're sitting here doing your relaxing meditation. Because when we look at this exercise, the exercise of the mind or the exercise of creating habits, we find ourselves already, and not so much of a disadvantage, but a much more way to improve ourselves to actually clear the mind. So when we do this exercise, we're trying to be aware of what our thoughts are coming up, of being aware of things going on in the room, being present in the moment. We find our mind that already has a habit that we've already created that's getting thoughts into our awareness, and it might take you away into this negative way of worrying about, oh, I got to pay these bills, or oh, I got to do something right now, or I got to just do this, and that. Our mind is conditioned, or it already has the habit of these thought patterns. And we never find ourselves, we usually find ourselves, but a great way to kind of improve our mental state is to get ourselves just being present and aware, and that's the power within the actual present moment, without the mind constantly going in and out. So if we see ourselves having these thoughts coming constantly going back into our mind, there's actually an emotional attachment, a tie to there, that emotion is bringing it back into your awareness. But if we really exercise our mental state to getting aware of the present moment, being nice and relaxed and present of what's going on with whatever is around us, then we can see we're taking control back into our lives from a mental standpoint as well as just the present moment within itself. It's a very easy technique. However, with our own minds of how, including myself, of one of the improvements I've seen is we can condition ourselves to every single time throughout the day just constantly think over and over and over again. Well, the mind can take so much energy away. So if we have ourselves getting back to the present moment, we won't essentially be using our mind as much, and we'll create ourselves getting much more energy just really sitting there. Not from a physical standpoint as the body is relaxed, but as well as the mind too. So this is all I have for you. Dr. Mark's going to come up next, and he's going to talk about hydration. Thanks.
Hello, everybody. Great. Thanks, Master Eddie. So we're going to talk about hydration again this week, or this month. We're talking about brain health. And so we're talking about hydration and exercise. I love to talk about hydration because it's such a simple thing. It's such an easy way for people to help themselves. I see a lot of patients that come in here that are on blood thinners and things. That's a lot of times because they're just low on water. I mean, if they would just drink water, they wouldn't have to take blood thinners. So it's just so simple. But it's been complicated a lot by some of the bad advice given out. So we're going to go over that here in a little bit. So what is recommended water intake? Well, this is a multiplication scale based on level. So at the least, you should be drinking at a 0.5 or getting 0.5 as we go into the calculations here, or half of your body weight in ounces per day. That should be a minimum amount. That's for sedentary, no sports. If you're doing other things, you'll be taking a lot more than that. So heavy weight and lifting and training and things like that, you want to do a lot more. So when you go into the calculation, you're just multiplying your weight by your factor, and that gives you the amount of ounces per day. So again, half of your body weight is 0.5 or more than that. So an average 180-pound man who's needs to be drinking 90 ounces of water a day. So that seems like a lot, and it is a lot compared to what we normally drink. Especially most people these days are drinking coffee in the morning, you go to tea, drink soda, and then whatever else at night, don't even drink any water. So we're talking about water here. Water helps to flush out all the toxins in the body. It helps to clean out the lymphatics. It helps to get more things going on, which we're going to see when we get to the salt business here, about getting the fluids in the body and getting the body to flush out toxins. If you're not drinking pure water or clean water, you're not getting any of those activities going on. And if you're drinking caffeinated drinks like coffee and tea and things, well, that actually dehydrates the body. The body's trying to get the caffeine out. The caffeine works as a mild poison. The body wants to get that out real quick, so it actually dehydrates the body to do that. So those aren't really even good drinks as far as hydration goes. But this is just a simple way of figuring out how much water to drink. Now, it takes people a while to get to this point where they can work up to that. The big game we have patients do is if you're drinking like a coffee and a tea and whatever, is you have to have a glass of water between each one of the other things. So if you have a cup of coffee, you have to have a glass of water before another cup of coffee, or before tea, you have to have another glass of water, or whatever else you're drinking. So, and of course, we're trying to stay away from sugar because that's a big problem for all of us. So that gives you just a basic idea on water and what to drink there. Then we'll go into salt. And I want to make the first thing is when we say the word salt, in this office we're talking about sea salt or mineral salt. We're not talking about processed salt. So the medical people have got us all believing that if you eat any kind of salt at all, you're going to go into high blood pressure and have all kind of problems. And nothing can be farther from the truth. And yes, I will agree if people are eating processed foods with crappy processed salt, which is the question is it the salt or is it the carbs that's causing blood pressure to go up? But it's important to realize that it's not the sea salt. Sea salt is very necessary. So the premise that salt leads to hypertension has never been scientifically supported. It's just an anecdotal thing that we have been told for decades now. And so people just have a definite issue with that. If you're not getting enough salt, there's a lot of reasons that you have high blood pressure. Another one is aids blood sugar control by improving insulin sensitivity. Such an important thing for diabetics. And again, most people that are diabetic also have high blood pressure, so they're off the salt. So again, that just makes it all worse. A lot of the medical information, medical advice is basically wrong. It may have been important at one time for one certain thing, but now it's been taken to the extreme, and people just, I have patients come in and just won't eat any salt because, oh my God, the doctor told me over and over not to eat salt. So it takes a while to get people to understand it, but this is why we're going through this information tonight. Get people to understand that salt is so important and so easy for people to use for so many good things in the body. Salt is a natural antihistamine, again, by helping to drain lymphatics, by getting all the gunk out of the body, by helping the body to detox, so important. Your body needs salt to maintain the proper stomach pH. Again, the salt is acidic. It helps to acidify the body. And most people that eat in the SAD diet, or Standard American diet, are eating too many carbs. The food pyramid is grain heavy, and you're eating too many carbs. That makes for a low pH or a basic pH, and that lends towards all the little buggies, especially fungus and yeast in the bowel and urinary tract areas. So important to have, salt just helps to change that, and of course getting off the carbs is so important too. Improves sleep quality, again, just by helping the body be able to calm down. It helps the muscles relax, again, getting good detoxification going on. Adequate salt consumption encourages a healthy weight and fast metabolism. Again, a lot of good minerals in the salt. The minerals help the proteins, the enzymes, and things to help the metabolism to work correctly, so the body can burn fats, can move carbs, can do what it needs to there. Supports thyroid function. Of course, there's iodine in sea salt or mineral salt. So such a good thing for the thyroid. Supports hyperosmolarity of the extracellular fluid. Again, that's just the lymphatic fluid. Getting that fluid to not be gummy, getting it to be more of a liquid so it can flow out. So lymphatics can drain, rather than be gummed up full of gunk and stuff and toxins, which are hard on the body for many reasons, like not able to get the trash out. So you're just keeping all this trash in the body, and the body needs to get that out. Adequate salt supports balanced hormones. Again, helping these enzymes and proteins in the body to help them monitor and work with metabolism, getting the body to work correctly. And it has a satiety factor to food, which just means that if you're using it with food, then you actually feel like you're enjoying the food, or you're filling up quicker. Where if you don't have salt, you just eat. Especially if you're eating processed, sugary stuff, you just keep eating. And so we only use a good quality salt to get that satiety factor going on in there. So I think that gives us a good information on salt. We have a lot more information at the office here to go over. Let's see. And again, which salt is best? So at our office, we're using Celtic sea salt or the pink Himalayan mineral salt. And we use those back and forth because they're different mineral sets. So what makes them look different because of the minerals in there. That's the main ones we use. And how much salt should I eat? Well, the average is a level teaspoon per day. And people are going to probably go, oh my God, if I eat that, my head will blow off. Well, no. I mean, getting a mineral salt, you have to have salt for the kidneys to work. And if the kidneys work correctly, you keep your fluid levels where they're supposed to be. If the kidneys keep the fluid out of the body as they work, then your blood pressure actually goes down with good quality sea salt. And again, we're talking about sea salt here, not the processed junk stuff. So around a level teaspoon, somewhere in there. Here's other things, especially if you're outside sweating all the time. I mean, even athletes know that you should get salt in different drinks and things. So the one thing I always tell athletes too is what happens when you work out so much and you pass out, and take you to the hospital and put an IV in. What is that IV? Well, that IV is saline solution. What is saline solution? It's salt water. The medics know that you need to have salt water and salt. And so they know that, but they don't tell you that. So, it's a lot more expensive in an IV bag than it is going to the store and buying some just plain old salt. So, I think that's got me. Dr. Chip is up next. A couple quick things. On exercise, I wanted to just mention that here in our office, we just promote stretching and walking as the primary exercises that we have patients do. But there's other ones people can do, like Eddie said, there's other exercises you like, that's fine, but walking and stretching are just simple things to do. Anybody can do those, easy to do. Again, we have free consultations here at the office. If people are curious as to what goes on in an alternative healthcare practice, chiropractic practice, nutrition practice, energy coaching practice, just come in. We'll do a free consultation. It'll be, nothing required at all. You can learn what we do here, and we'll be happy to show you what we do. So without any further ado, I'll give you Dr. Chip, and he can go through some other good things.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Chip. So we're going to talk about some hydration and exercise for tonight. So hydration. Oh wow, cool. I got special effects going on too. So hydration, the human body is 70% water. So again, we keep telling, or we keep saying, why is water so important? Why is hydration so important? Well, again, if you look at your body's makeup, it's 70% water. A lot of people, they think, oh, I don't like the flavor of water. Water has no flavor. I'd rather drink soda or coffee or tea or anything like that. Which, again, not saying those are good or bad things, again, but like as Dr. Mark explained, you need to at least hydrate yourself with some water during the day. And again, the water, again, hydration, 70% of our bodies are water, so we need to really replenish ourselves. And again, water helps all our bodily functions. So you could say the circulatory system, our heart, we need water to help promote a better quality heart rate. You could say the nervous system, our brain is 70 to 80% water. So we want to make sure that we're actually helping to feed the brain right, so that we're able to think clearly. We're not, having these brain fog issues or anything like that. We're actually giving our brain the necessary, you could say, hydration or water so they can function properly. You could say the eliminative system, kind of everything that excretes your waste. Again, if you feel like you get backed up or you're constipated or sinuses are running or anything like that, your body needs water. You need to be able to flush that out so that you can get rid of the toxins. You get rid of that stuff so that your body is able to function more properly. So again, we really need to help make sure that we are drinking plenty of water. And again, you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to go crazy on it. But again, listen to your body. If you're thirsty, if you feel like you need to drink, go ahead and drink. But a lot of times we get caught into these working all day and we forget to drink, and then we go in the night, we start cramping up or anything like that. That's why we really, we're kind of in an artificial living space where we're in our businesses or we're in cities or anything like that, and we're not able to kind of think about the water much. So we need to at least plan or at least drink water throughout the day so that we don't get to that point where then we have to kind of recover or get back all that we had at the beginning of the day. So now we'll talk about exercise and actually how the water and hydration helps to kind of both helping each other out. So I put here blood is around 80% water. Now why I put this is that exercise helps to increase our circulation. And while that we can get plenty of water, if we're not moving throughout the day, if we're not exercising, then that water or that blood cannot get to those areas of the body that need it. So exercise, again, helps promote the movement of blood, and then it's good for the joint and mobility. So again, if you have achy joints, if you have different things going on, and you're kind of exercising constantly, if you're doing all that, but you're not hydrating enough, then you're not able to kind of restore those tissues. And a lot of those muscles and tissues are a lot of water. So if you're constantly exercising too much, and you're not getting enough hydration back, then you could be kind of having the ill effects of aches and pains and all that too. So a lot of times when we work out a lot, we build up acid in our bodies, and which is okay. It's actually good for the system. But again, if we don't drink plenty of water to help flush out the acid, over time that can cause issues in our bodies. So again, it's always important that we are combining both the exercise and the hydration, such as water. So, like Dr. Mark explained, that walking is one of the best exercises you can do. It not only helps with a more of a natural exercise or movement. A lot of times we get into these exercise routines that we're doing these kind of artificial movements. We get into a gym, we're working one muscle at a time. I'm not saying those are good or bad. I'm just saying is that walking is such more of a natural thing for our bodies to do. And that is the easiest thing to do. You can walk outside, you can even walk in your house if you had to. But it's one of those things where you can do it for 20 to 30 minutes, and it really helps your whole body to move in a way to get proper circulation to all the joints of the body. Now, exercise, fun activities. Now we get to that point, like Eddie said, is that when we see exercise, we're like, we got to do that. I actually got to get out of bed, or I got to do that early in the morning and all that. No, you don't have to do any of that. More is that if you can look at exercise being a fun thing, and a lot of times those fun activities that even kids like to do, or sports, or biking, hiking, that is exercise. So you don't have to say that exercise is these different little things that we have to do in the gym, or home-based exercise. That is great for many people, but even those little things that you like to do for fun is a great way to exercise and keep your health well maintained. So good for body and brain. Now again, good for the body, we're moving, we're getting that blood flow circulated through all the joints, all the tissues, the brain, everything like that, and we're actually physically doing that well with our body. But exercise is very good for our brain, not just physically getting that circulation, like I said, but it helps us to get out of our heads, get back into our bodies a little bit, so that we're not, again, like Eddie said, thinking about what we have to do, thinking that we need to do this. Actually, so if you kind of think about it, the brain can actually be sort of like a parasite on the body, you could say, is that it depletes a lot of the energy that we kind of have throughout the day. So when we do a fun activity, we're not thinking about all the stuff we need to do. We're thinking about the things that we get to do, to have fun, to enjoy that moment, to enjoy other people's company, enjoy things that we're good at, enjoy those skillful activities that we like to do, or things that we've never done before. We can actually do those things. And so now, again, we're not placing so much energy on our thoughts and everything around us, but we're actually enjoying the life how it was meant to be enjoyed, is just have fun with different things. And so again, there's always a balance. We want to make sure that we're not going too far to exercise and do all the fun activities all the time. And again too, is that we have to do some. We can't just not do anything. If you're not moving, if you're not doing stuff throughout the day, that can be very depressive. And so just like kind of with this coronavirus deal, all this stuff going on, people were kind of shuttled into their houses and they weren't able to get outside and move. And that caused a lot of different brain issues, kind of depressive moods, and so a lot of people suffered from that. So again, exercise is always important, and if you can get outside to do it, it's even better. So I think that is all I have for that. So our upcoming health shops next week is Dinner with the Docs. I think this is going to be more of a kind of a ask questions, or we're going to have questions that we're prepared so that we're giving you answers, but this will be more of a, we'll kind of see how it goes, but really we want to just help you get more information to, again, help you, help your health, help your well-being, and just, give you better understanding of what we do in the office too to help you out as well. So again, thank you for watching. It's always great to see some newer people on. It's great to see more views that we're getting. But again, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Natural Health Quincy IL. We're on YouTube and Brighteon.com with Natural Health Quincy. Please like us, please love us, and just kind of helps us reach more people so that this good information can help your family, your friends, anybody that you know. You can always reach us at 217-228-2040. We're located at 2000 Jefferson Street in Quincy, Illinois. And again, thank you for watching. Very grateful. And have a great rest of the day and week. See you later.